Hello, I'm live. I love it when it says you're live at me as if I don't know, but I wouldn't know otherwise. What a great start to Monday. This is your jet engine. Of course, Mondays are always our Pilates to make sure that the very structure of our engine is working beautifully. So it's always like a little mini MOT. I'm in my office again today. I will be travelling south before I forget for the rest of the week, so I'll pre-record the combustion where we speed things up a little bit and combine things as you're getting stronger. I'll be doing that on Thursday and pre-recording it from wherever I am. But if you are in the southeast and you do want to do a face-to-face with me, which is additional, but you want me to do any kind of postural assessment or work with me in terms of coaching, or if you've got any issues in terms of therapy that you feel that I can help you with, then contact me via my website, diane.youdale.co.uk, dianeyoudale.co.uk, at info@, and get a message to me and let's see where I can book you in. Wednesday I'll be in the Oxford, High Wycombe area, Thursday Surrey, and Monday probably the southeast part of London. Very vague, but contact me and I'll give you more details anyway. At the very end of this session, this is about 30 minutes, I will be doing a tiny bit of sonic boom. One of the questions from Dan, thank you Dan, which is about bottled water. It's been very topical, it's been in the news this last week, so I'll cover that at the very end of this session. But for now, let's start. That's not the music, it is this one, and it will be... Let's have a look. I think lots of that then. I'll turn that down. We could have been bopping around to Pilates today. Not a good look. All right, everyone, we know it always starts with A, B, C. A for alignment, B for breathing, and C for core activation. And it goes a little bit like this. North, south, east and west, switch your knees off lock. I've got the camera here right now so we can just see the upper body that we're working at the moment, because we're starting again with getting this upper body, the spinal curves, away from that, forward elevation, forward rotation, back to this, which is our lovely T-frame. Really important that we strengthen the little muscles at the base of your shoulder blades, your scapulars, and get them strong. So our upper body is holding our T-frame, so it gives you a waist, it gives you much better posture for the day, weeks, months, and for your life ahead. And it goes like this. North, south, east, west. Hips where they need to be. Neutral curves in your spine. Turn your palms towards the front of wherever you are, and let the shoulder blades just relax and melt down towards your bottom. Your neck, even and long. I'm going to incorporate some stretches today, some remedial and corrective stretches as well. Okay, for now, inhale, breathe in, let your belly fill your hands. Exhale, let me just bring this down. Take your belly button towards your vertebrae. Nice and tight. Breathe in, relax, fill your belly again. Exhale. Pull that belly button towards the vertebrae and stop as if you're on the loo, front and back. Underneath towards the end of the breath. Use the hands, let's do it again. Breathe in, fill the belly. Relax, exhale, contract, good. Float both arms up. I'm going to rotate to camera so you can see. Abduct both arms to the side, neck even and long. Release and lengthen. And let's go the other way. Trying to tickle the sides of the room wherever you're at, and to the front, and come down. Remember those remedial stretches I said? Let's flex your left hand, flex it hard, just like that. Let the shoulders slip down. Now then, just take your head away, top of your head away from that heel of that hand. Flex it hard, so if you're trying to get the heel of that hand down towards the floor. Take your nose and your chin towards the opposing shoulder, and you feel a stretch more down the back of the neck this time. Very slowly back off that stretch. Let's go to the other side. Flex your right wrist hard. Inhale, as you exhale, let the weight of the head just stretch away from that hand, flexing the heel of that hand towards the floor as strongly as you can. Inhale, as you exhale, rotate the nose and the chin towards that shoulder, the opposing shoulder. If you want to use the opposite hand for a little bit of extra weight, you don't need much. Very small but very articulate muscles at the top of the spinal column going into the neck and the back of the skull. Come off very slowly, Brilliant. Okay, let's go back to our warm-up. Anchor the core, knees off lock, floating the arms up, abduct the arms to the side. So it's not a warm-up in the communal sense of heart rate up, mobilizing the joints. In Pilates, it's about focus, isolation, and precision. Once more, all the way up this time, keeping the neck even and long. Take a rise onto those toes. Keep your chin where it is and lengthen your body down to the floor. Let's just do some segmental spinal collapses. Down to the right. Knees are soft. Restack vertebrae by vertebrae. Other side. Inhale as you come up. I'm going to 3/4 it. You keep going back to the right. And just picture vertebrae by vertebrae. Allow the weight of your head to act almost as a weight, just to ease out the sides of the discs very gently. Core supporting the lower spine all the time. Coming back to center, and this time inhale. Exhale again, supporting your spine if you need to with your hands on your thighs, or just rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Heavy arms, heavy head. Breathe in. Exhale, belly button into that spine and restack vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. Okay, I'm going to come closer. You stay where you are. North, south, east, west. Let's just do a postural check again. Melting shoulders. Elbows are going to come into your waist. These are called the dumb waiters. So thumbs to the back wall. You're going to go 3, 2, 1, and back to center. 3, 2, 1, back to center. So this is working the rotator cuff muscles deep in the shoulder girdle. So as much as we're working the core in our pelvic girdle, we also have core stabilizer muscles in our shoulder girdle. 3, 2, 1, 2 more sets. So you're trying to get the thumbs to meet behind you without hyperextending. And front, 3, 2, keep those elbows in and to here. Okay, you stay there. Arms above your head, thumbs towards the back wall behind you, knees off lock. 10 overhead squats, neck even and long, let's go. Inhale as you come up, chin lifted, shoulders melting down your spine. If an overhead, i.e. hands above your head, at the moment aren't right for you, just bring your arms to the front, keeping your chest lifted and your spine in neutral. 7 more. 7. Good. I am in stocking feet, in socks. And for all Pilates, I need to remind you again, you don't need your trainers on, we don't need the muscles in the feet being supported. 6. I'd like your feet to feel the floor, because all those little muscles are feeding back up and through your body as we're working. 4. I'm going into the overhead. 3. Notice how I'm dipping, that shows a slight weakness in my core. And 1 more. Good. Stay where you are. I'm going to bring the camera down slightly because I think you know what's coming next. Inhale as you exhale, knees off lock, vertebrae by vertebrae. Down you come again, support your spine if you need to. Coming down, all the way down, walk your hands out into your plank. Legs off lock, shoulders down your spine, neck in neutral. 5 breath cycles, hold it here. I want you to abduct one leg away if you can, if not stay on the 4 points that are on the floor, but just elevate one leg, so it's a single leg pull. Hold it. If that is too easy and you want to work harder but you have perfect alignment, you can also release the other hand. That's super advanced. Come back to 3 points or the 4, depending on where you're at. I'm at about here today. 2 more breath cycles, hold it. Long, 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 where's that long neck? 1 more. Good. Bring that leg down. Walk the feet in gently, inhale, deep back and wide. Exhale, belly button comes up first to support the spine. Heavy arms, heavy head. I'm using my legs today as well because of a disc infringement from 20 odd years ago, pre-gladiators. And up to here, good. Now stay here. The same leg as you lifted, I want you to just point behind you now. thumb to the ceiling on the same side and just in front of you. So you're making like a 90-degree shape here and that leg extended behind. Now then, soften off your supporting knee. If you need support of a wall or a chair, do. 10 very slow single leg deadlifts, or cranes we call them in corrective exercise and in Pilates. Here we go, 10. Now then, anyone with a history of lower spine, you can just do to here, lifting that leg off the floor, keeping the spine fairly erect. You're aiming to keep the body in one long line, no dipping at all of the spine. It needs to be in neutral and supported. 7 more. Slow, slow. Remember with Pilates, it doesn't look very much in terms of that doesn't look hard. Do it, and do it right. It's hard. So the time under tension, we've discovered in sports science, of working very deep muscle groups really matters. This is where this work pays off. It's also why you can then go on to do fabulous other things like Zumba, HIIT, tough mudders, whatever it is you want. I've lost count. Let's go for 4. And I can feel that really working down my supporting leg. 3 more. Hi Steve. Hope you're enjoying this. Might be a long time since you've done it. I know you're going to try and wave back at me. No, I know you'll have fallen over. Yay, 2 more. You'll be saying, gosh, you still can't count. I do it on purpose, Steve. Oh, 1 more. Where's that V, that lovely 90 degrees of the arms, supporting knee. Where's your breathing? And up you come. Well done, good. I'm going to come closer to camera, you can't see my face, thankfully. And elbows back in again to that waist. We're going to do our dumb waiters, but we're also going to add a spine twist. So thumbs to the back wall, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more sets like this. 4, 3, so my spine stays in neutral. I'm not hyperextending. 4, 3, the little muscles down the back of my shoulder blades and deep into the top of my humerus, into my shoulder are working. So 4, 3, 1 more, 2, hold it there, chin lifted, spine twist to your left. Keep your hips facing the front. Back to center, other side. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Core contract, keep those thumbs moving towards the back wall, spine twist to your right. Slow, slow, slow. Keep your hips facing the front. I know that I adjusted mine then, sorry. And good, good, well done. So we've done some upper body corrective work there to rebalance. Arms above the head, off we go, 10 more overhead squats. 10, chin lifted. You'll start to feel like your body's moving more easily now. And 9. Slow, 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 slow. Where's that long neck? Where's your breathing? Down. Inhale as you come up. Oh, let your breathing tell you where you need to breathe. At the clinic, at the Paul Check clinic that I work at, we always inhale as our body extends and lifts. It may not be the case as to what your body's telling you that it wants. So follow it. Your body is wise and old, for the majority. 5. Keep going. And I again am going to bring my arms down to here now. 4 more. Setting my shoulders back and down my spine. 2 more. Oh, I need this today. And 1. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Drawing that core, collapsing down through the knees, vertebrae by vertebrae, down. Mark. Anybody else out there with a history of spinal issues, as you know, support yourself if you need to. Walking your hands out into the plank position. Knees off lock, elbows off lock, neck in neutral. Inhale as you exhale, choose your level. 5 breath cycles. I am going to abduct one of my legs, the opposite to the one before, and hold. 4 more. always so hard. No matter how strong you get, you feel these. That's because they're good. 3. Come on. Just 2 more. Hold it. And 1. Lower that leg. Walking back in again. Support your spine if you need to. Inhale, exhale, up we come. Whichever leg you had lifted, put it behind you. Chest lifted, use a chair or a wall if you need to. 90 degrees, your arms in front of you. And again, the spine stays on that same plane, so you're literally working that way. Keep your spine anchored and just lift your leg if you have a history of spinal issues on this. It's the single leg deadlift. Supporting knees soft. 10, 9. Okay. And 7. It takes a lot of concentration. How long is your neck? Where's your breathing? 5 more. Oh, there we go. This is the beautiful music of Sonia Strong. Hi Son, hope you're enjoying this. I know you said you wobbled a bit last time, most people do, I do. 3 more, 3, 4, breathe in, correct your alignment. Always think quality, as in life, not quantity. Don't go all Western on me. Everything's got to be bigger, faster, stronger. And nil quality. Let's have good quality, always, with the work you do with me. So that means you have to do less. So you get more time to do more good stuff, fun things. 2 more. What am I on about? I'll shut up. I've had a coffee. Not a good look before Pilates. Oh, 1 more. Supporting knees soft, chest lifted. And lift. That is like doing proper deadlifts with a really good weight. But you're working so much more because the body's got to connect with itself. Well done. Inhale as you exhale. Let's start the roll down, all the way down to the floor. Take your time and I'll meet you there as I adjust my camera. Whee! Got very pink cheeks today because it's nice and warm in my office. Okay, good. So let's see if that works. All the way down to the floor. Now then, very important for anybody with a history of lower back problems. This is the 90-90 stretch. I want your right knee directly in front of the middle of your body and let your left knee go out. Sitting up straight, you stay there. I'm going to slightly diagonal so you can see where I am. 90 degree here, 90 degree here. Lifting up through the spine, scapula settling down your back. Just take your spine on a straight angle into a stretch. You'll feel a very deep stretch into the right body, your piriformis. Hold it there. Energy coming out through the long back of your neck, spine in neutral. Hold it. And you'll begin to feel, particularly for those with some spinal issues, that muscle deep in the bottom. I'm going to stay there, you keep going. I'm just going to come around to you here a bit. Slowly starting to yield and give slightly. This is a piriformis stretch, very, very important for anybody with a history of lower disc issues. I know for nearly 30 years I've had to really, really look at my works while I all the Pilates and corrective work because I had a complete sequestration on S1. Actually, it's around about the time of Gladiators. So I got good at hang tough, so I could just hang, didn't have to support my weight and forward flex on my legs. Slowly come out of this. Let's go to the other side. So, left knee to me. Zip up through your spine, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Make sure that knee is directly in front of your body. Inhale as you exhale, and you'll feel one side may feel very different to the other. And hold it there. We're aiming for 30 seconds on this stretch. Ooh, oh, but it feels so good. So this is how we work up at the clinic. Of course, we personally assess everybody because everyone's presentation is different. I'm just doing some very generic work, which I know on the majority is incredibly safe and good for most people's bodies because most of us follow fairly similar movement patterns day to day, i.e. sitting and sitting again. Oh, and maybe sitting a bit more as we drive. It's kind of normal. So there's a lot of presentations that become Quite common, and slowly, with your deep stretches, you must slowly come out of them. Okay, so now we're on the floor. We've got a few more moves to do before we complete today. All right, I want you to take your legs to your left, and your elbow now needs to be directly beneath your shoulder. Even if you're 1 centimetre out, either way, you're going to shear the ball and socket joint in your shoulder here. So your teaching points are elbow directly beneath your shoulder. Slip your right shoulder down your spine. Inhale, spine on a straight axis. Good. Core activate. And we're going to go up for 20 seconds into your helmet. I'm going to stay there, you stay there. I'm just going to position here a little bit more. I'll come around on the next one. Hold it. Push your hips forwards, foot up in the air, foot floppy, looking towards the ceiling. 5 seconds more. Hold it. And you come down, 10 seconds. Stay there. Okay, 5 seconds more on this rest. So elbow directly beneath the shoulder. I should have you guys on 30 seconds by now, but let's just stick to this. So here I am. I'm going to push my hips forwards, attractive, and looking up to the ceiling. 20 seconds. I'm just looking at the clock behind the camera. 3. And coming down, 10 seconds rest. Good, good. You stay there. One more set. Elbow directly beneath. Slip that left shoulder back and down the spine. Neck neutral. Inhale, exhale. Up you go. 20 seconds. Hold it. Not meant to be a pretty looking shape, really. It's just to work the glute meds on each side of the hips, which again stabilise the lower spine. And boy, do you feel it. Are you there? In 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Coming down. Well done. Coming onto your backs. Neutral spine behind you. Remember what I said about the back of your hand? You stay there. The width of the hand, whereabouts the knuckles are, is meant to be the absolute dimension of your neutral lumbar curve. When we're sitting, the lumbar curve gets pushed the wrong way. You must always sit with that sternum lifted, melting shoulders, almost as if you're sticking your bottom out, but that creates your beautiful lumbar curve for you. So when we're down on the floor, again, particularly anyone with a history of spinal issues, coming down gently, slot your hand under your L3, which is directly underneath your belly button, trace it around, and inhale, relax, exhale, with your belly button without rotating your pelvis, squash those fingers. Let's do it again. Breathe in, switch off, relax. Exhale and squeeze. And pull up the pelvic floor towards the end. No trumping, Steve. I know you'll be going, but I don't die. Inhale as you exhale. Float the left knee up to the ceiling. Hold it here. Release the hands, palms to the ceiling. And I want you to lighten the load of the foot, the right foot, as if it's on a tray of drawing pins. Hold it. Now then, I want you to imagine that the top of your knee has got a little crayon and some white paper on the ceiling. Just going to draw around it 5, 4, a little circle, 3, as if it was a 10-penny piece on the ceiling. Other way, 5, 4. Is that right foot still light on the floor? Good. And again, this time it's a tea saucer size. 5. So these are your hip circles. 4, 3, 2, 1 other way. 5. Articulate. 4, 3, 2. This time it's a dinner plate on the ceiling. You're going to draw a big circle all the way around it. 5. Where's that right foot? Is it light on the floor? 3, 2. Shoulders relaxed, melting into the floor. 1 other way. 5. 4, 3. You can do it. 2 and 1. Relax. In steps together. Heels apart, toes apart. So you've now got a neutral alignment. Inhale as you exhale. I'll come round a little bit. So that was my in steps together, heels apart, toes apart. Inhale, vertebrae by vertebrae. Peeling all the way up to the ceiling. Oh, bottom nice and high. Fingertips reaching towards your heels, so you keep your neck even and long. Breathe in, go higher, up onto your toes. Exhale, keep your knees towards each other and slowly come down. Oh, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. And let the neutral pelvis slip into neutral spine at the end. Again, if there's any history of lower disc issues, you may need to come up in a plank. So you come up in a completely neutral and not segmentally through the spine. All the way up, breathe in, up onto your toes. This time reach both arms to the ceiling. Try and squeeze your knees towards each other. And slowly, vertebrae staying on your toes, by vertebrae, down you come. Or in a plank for those whose lower discs are a bit vulnerable right now. Neutral spine behind you, float the heels down and float down your arms. Okay, in a manner that is good for you, I want you to come onto one side. And we're going to go onto the other side for the helmet. So whichever side you weren't on before, I'm assuming I'm on my opposite side, I am. Elbow directly beneath the shoulder. Slip your right shoulder back and down your spine. Inhale, neutral spine alignment here. And up we go. Ooh, up you go, 20 seconds. I'm just going to make sure I've got my clock to watch. Keep going, lift all the way up into the helmets, which is what we've just done on the other side. I'll join you there, stay there. 10 seconds. I always find this side's a bit easier, might not be for you. 3, 2, and 1, come down. Good, 10 seconds off. So I'm going to show at this angle how I'm not collapsed in, how I'm really opened up in my angle on this helmet plank. Inhale, core, activate, up we go. So most people have the knee in front of the body. I want you to push your pelvis through, looking up at your hand, hold it, floppy foot on that, the leg in the air. Hold it. And come down, 10 seconds rest, last one. I know again sometimes in the neck you can feel this, but again it's all strengthening, it's all good. Are you ready? Last time. Inhale, exhale, was that elbow directly beneath, lift up, this is your last one. Floppy foot, pushing the hips through, this is your last one, make it count. Hold it, hold it. I'm just looking down to see what the time is. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, well done. Okay, coming down to the floor. Make sure you can see my feet. Okay, good, good. Okay, onto our back. So we're going to go back into the hundreds, in steps together, heels apart, toes apart, so we get that lovely neutral alignment. Check again if you need to use the back of your hand. Squeezing into the floor there. Good. Belly button tightening up to support, to squeeze the back of that hand. Keep that at about 30 to 50% contraction. Lose the hand, but breathe over the top. Inhale as you exhale, throat that throat, the right knee to the ceiling. And again, lighten the load of the sole of the left foot on the floor, palms to the ceiling. You've got your crayon, you've got your 10-penny piece. Let's go for 5 and 4. If you haven't done your hip circles for a while, Mark, Trina. Hello, remember these? And 1 other way. It's very small articulation. And 4. And 3, 2, T-saucer size. Let's go. 5, little circle with that crane on the ceiling of that T-saucer. 2, and 1 other way. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Now there's a dinner plate on the ceiling. Get your crayon, you're drawing around it with the top of your kneecap. 5. Is the sole still light on that left supporting foot? 3, keep moving. 2, neutral spine behind you. 1 other way, last time for 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Floating it down, well done. In steps together, heels apart, toes apart to get neutral alignment. Reach your fingertips again towards your heels. Inhale as you exhale, either coming up in a chunk, in a plank like this, if you lower just as I said, a little bit encumbered, or coming up, picking vertebrae by vertebrae. Choose which is right for your body. Lift both arms on a slow arc up to the ceiling. You're going to lift the right heel, then the left heel, like a pussycat kneading the dough on a cushion or your leg, as mine does. 10, 9, 8, stopping, 6, 5, hips high, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10 more, 10, 9, hips high, 8, 7, long neck, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, go higher, both heels off. Exhale, slowly come all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae or in a plank, and then release the arms at the end. Well done. Onto one side, onto all fours. Shoulders back and down the spine. You know, if you've done class with me live, I love the press-ups at the end. 10 at the level that you need to do it at right now. My knees to the floor, my spine's neutral, my neck's neutral. Inhale down, exhale up. 10 and 9. You choose your level. You know how to do this. 8, long neck. 7, keep going. 6, what I'm looking for is 90 degrees down at the bottom. So your arms should be greater than shoulder width apart as you set up. 5 more. 5, keep going. And 4, nearly there. 3, if you're doing this regularly, you'll be doing a full press up before you know it, if you aren't already. 2, one more, I like. Okay, coming up to kneeling here. I'll just lift the camera up slightly. Oops. Ooh. Keeping your chest lifted, shoulders melting down your spine. Okay. From here, what I'd like you to do is take your left elbow shoulder height and flex the heel of that hand really hard. I want you to pull the elbow back from the body until you feel a stretch in this big chunk of muscle here, which is a pec major insertion. So keeping the neck neutral, nice big stretch. We've just worked very hard there. Back it off, relax the wrist. Elbow must be shoulder height. Really bend that wrist. And again, isolating into the sternum, pulling it back so you feel a stretch across this part. You can actually put your hand on a wall as well and press your chest away from it. Good, 30 seconds and come back. Let's go to the other side. So let's set this up. So elbow, shoulder height. So almost like an Egyptian, there we go, so like this. Okay, flex that wrist hard. Now allow the elbow to move behind the central of your alignment of your body. And you'll feel the stretch coming into. If you drop the elbow, it's not effective. Elbow has to be 90 degrees. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, and 1. Of course, you can try them both together. Palms up. And again, just coming through on that sternum. I find that less effective, but if you want to, you can be there. Try not to let the spine collapse into an arch. Keep your core activated, supporting a neutral spine behind you. Neck even and long. Oh, I needed that stretch across those pecs. Now then, that was your 30 minutes. Well done. Now, one of my sonic boom questions from Dan, hello Dan, thank you, was about bottled water questions, but I think I'll do them individually, one at the end of each session when I can remember, so it's more small chunk information. Now, bottled water's been in the news. The water in this bottle of water is actually from my tap, because I have coincidentally ran out today, which is unusual for me. Now, water in bottles in the 70s and 80s go, oh, bottling water? We don't have to do that, it comes from the tap. But of course, over the years, the cleaning methods of water can't keep up with the stuff we're putting into the water, particularly hormones, progesterone, estrogen, which can leach into water and can come through the tap supply. So water from the tap, I used to love London water. As a student when I lived there, I used to like the taste of London water. Some people still do. But there's all sorts of things in it. We need to do huge longitudinal studies, and I'm not a water scientist, to find out the longer term effects on the human body, of course, in a generalised population. So, as a rule of thumb, bottled water has a good pH value and a nice balance of minerals, which some tap water doesn't, but we need to have it filtered and cleaned as it is. Now, we do know that plastics around our food are leaching particles into it, and plastic doesn't live in the human body, it doesn't live in nature because it's synthetic. Nothing that's man-made and synthetic will live in nature. The body doesn't recognise it, the planet doesn't recognise it. It is toxic, it's not meant to be there. I could go on for hours, I'm sure many people can. So if you're going to use, my recommendation is use tap water, get a filter. And use these lovely flasks, these metal flasks you can get. They're lightweight from any good outdoor shop or walking shop. That's probably your best bet, but use a filter. Now, if like me, you haven't got a filter at the moment and you've been caught short, you can do this. And 2 glasses, something I learnt many years ago. Oh, there's a whole load of things that I know. And what you can do to get rid of that tap water taste and to change the ioninity of the water, why running water, like going to the beach, the change of the waves or a stream, is a very powerful healing experience. Again, electromagnetic fields and that level of science we're only just beginning to learn about, but our instinct and ancients have known about this for ages. So one really simple exercise, and I did this just before teaching, is just decanter 7 times through the air your tap water, taste it beforehand, then do this 7 times, 6, 5, 4 more. This comes from the work of Harvey and Marilyn Diamond that I read in the mid-80s, Fit for Life, a very good book, still very relevant because they talk about pH balance. I've lost count. That's roughly 7. Now I can drink my water, it's passed through the air, it's lost that awful chemical filtered taste from its treatment plants, and it actually tastes like mineral water. It won't chemically change the value of the water, we know this, but if you're stuck and you've got tap water and okay, decanter 7 times through the earth because the ioninity of the water actually starts to change. Harvey and Marilyn Diamond, Fit for Life, they first wrote it in the mid-80s. Really interesting because all their work is about alkalizing the body and having high water content because our bodies need, as adults, approximately 60% water and less as we age. A baby's body needs 75% hydration, and we tend to be dehydrated as people as we go. The other thing, of course, is making sure that you are hydrated so you can concentrate. Obviously I'm not because I've just repeated myself, so I'll go now, I won't keep any more of your time, but they go down. That's the stuff about water. It was really good that they brought this piece out last week about even in plastic bottled water. They go to the extent of making it beautiful, mineral, pH balance, pH 7 perfect, and of course it's going to have plastic in it. So it's minute, it'll not affect us in some lifetimes, however, the studies are obviously now taking place. Tap water, filter it in your own bottle, and it saves loads of plastic crap in the planet as well. I'll shut up now and go. I've had so much of your time today. I hope you enjoyed the 30-minute training, and I'll see you Thursday, but I'll pre-record this one and I might have a friend with me on camera. Who knows, we'll see. Let me know where you are if you want to join me at any time with these sessions, and I can actually teach you on camera while I'm teaching everybody else. Bye, take care.